Okay, let's just take a listen to the audio of the first shot that we're going to be animating. Let's get to the start.
Have you ever been Captain Nemo, trapped inside your submarine while the giant squid is attacking you? Have you ever been Captain Nemo, trapped inside your submarine while the giant squid is attacking you?
Okay, this is the audio, guys, for first shot. It's not very long, it's short, but it gives us a lot of opportunities to really bring our character to life. Now, before jumping into shooting any reference videos or jumping into Blender to start animating, you really need to get to know your character, the person who is talking in whatever audio clip that you would have chosen. Now, in my case, what I usually do when I get an audio clip, I just loop it. I listen to it for hours with just it looping, and what I'll be doing is I'll be trying to visualize who the character is, what prompted him to be saying these words that he's saying, where has he been. So in this particular case with our audio clip, I actually came up with 3 scenarios. The first one that I was thinking, okay, he is Captain Nemo, right? He's now old, so he's talking to new recruits, some new young recruits, and as he's like standing in front of them, he's now telling them a little bit of the adventures that he has experienced. So as he says,
have you ever been,
before he jumps into
Captain Nemo,
because we have a pause there, we actually have an establishing shot of him standing in maybe in a submarine in front of the new recruits. Then we say
Captain Nemo.
We actually jump into a flashback, of him in a submarine being attacked by a giant squid, and we actually doing the visuals of the things that he will be talking about to the crew. So that was the first scenario that I actually visualized. I thought, okay, it might work. The second scenario that I thought would work, I was thinking, okay, maybe he is again, he is Captain Nemo. He's retired, and now he's lonely. He's just reminiscing of the days past. He's in a bar. He has been drinking, so he's sitting by the bar. It's in the wee hours of the night. Everyone has the bar is empty. Everyone is gone. Now it's just him and the bartender. So the bartender will be kind of standing behind the bar, behind the counter, that is, and he's maybe wiping some glasses, and he's getting ready to leave and go home for the night. And he's just thinking, why is this old guy still here? So our Captain Nemo, you'll be sitting by the bar, you will still be drinking. He's actually drunk. Now he's thinking about his glory days, and then he suddenly he reaches over the counter, maybe as the bartender is saying, okay, old guy, it's time to leave, you have to go home. He suddenly reaches over to him over the counter, he looks him in the eyes, then he starts saying these words, have you ever been Captain Nemo? So this was another scenario that I thought would work. The other scenario that I thought again was, he is Captain Nemo, but right now he's at home, and he now has grandkids. So his grandchild has been left by maybe his daughter, has come and left the grandchild at his place. Now it's bedtime. The child is telling the kid to go to bed, and now the kid is saying, oh no, grandpa, before I go to bed you have to tell me a bedtime story. I can't sleep without a story. And he's like, okay, I will tell you something. And then this is the story now that he's telling the kid, his grandchild. Finally, the one that I decided to settle on was, he is actually Captain Nemo, but he died during that attack when he experienced the giant squid. He is an undead, a zombie. He's maybe chilling by his grave, and he's reminiscing about the way that he died. It's a story that he always thinks about, that he talks about when he's drunk. So this was the idea that I ended up settling for. Okay guys, so this is me in the acting room. Now what I usually do when I take my reference videos is I put my phone on a stand and I position it similar to the camera angle that I'm going to be animating from when I get into Blender. So I've already planned my shots. I know where I'm going to be animating from. In this particular case, this is going to be our zombie because we're going to have an establishing shot of him sitting by the grave. So he's going to be leaning against his tombstone and drinking. Also, make sure that you shoot at, if you're going to animate at 24 frames per second, make sure that you also shoot at 24 FPS rather than shooting at 30 FPS and then trying to compress it down and all that stuff, because you have some issues where you have some frames where there's no action happening. So yeah, just try to shoot at 24 FPS and yeah, that will give you the best from your reference. In this particular case, I had someone shooting the reference for me. Let's just play back and see what I have. Okay. Okay, so this was my first take. I usually do a lot of takes, about 6 to 10 takes, because I know that I'm not going to capture everything that I want in a single take. So I do as many takes as possible. Then do the edit. I'll be picking out things that I like from my reference, and then I'll stitch those together into my final reference video. In this case, we have our zombie is drinking, sitting by the tombstone. Then he leans in. You know, I also wanted that. I also like that the way that he licks his lips. You know, that's just savoring the taste of the alcohol or the gin, whatever he's drinking. And he says, "Captain Nemo." You know, as he comes in, he's really getting into that story. Trapped. Also, I was trying to bring the bottle into the acting. So when he says trapped, you know, he uses his arms, and also he leaves that bottle trapped in his other arms. Then his other hand is now representing, you know, a giant squid attacking you. Then he grabs again that bottle. He's going to use it. I wanted to use it to like point to whoever he's speaking to who's out of frame, and then he goes back to drinking, and so this was another take. So yeah, I really liked this, and this shot I like this part, you know. So we're going to open with him just drinking before we go into the lines. So this was the last shot. Okay, this is the new shot. We're going to open with him just showing him sitting by the tomb. He's drinking. Okay, he's drinking his alcohol. Then he says, "Have you ever been?" So I like the mouth. The mouth movement, you know, he licks his lips, and then he sort of takes in a ragged breath between his clenched teeth. You see that thing? What's the giant screw? Okay, in this particular case, I forgot my lines. So in this take, I did not have the audio playing. So if it's a dialogue, I usually have the audio playing in the background, and I'll try to act in sync with the audio for my timing. I would like my timing to be good. But for this particular case, I actually memorized the script, and I was just doing it from my head. So yeah, I forgot my lines in this case. So I stopped. what happened here. Okay. Oh, I forgot my lines again in this particular case. So I'm just showing you everything. I haven't edited anything out. I'm just showing you what I do in the reference. So this is the raw footage. Okay, so this was another take. Takes a gulp of his gin, desettles back. Okay, let's see what we have next. Okay, right now I was just thinking about what I missed in my acting and what I needed to add into the shot. Okay, so that's just me thinking. Then this was my next take. Yeah, I really liked the mouth movements right here. You see those? Yeah, and I like this. Have you ever been? Then he licks his lips. Then he leans forward and says, Captain Nemo, Captain Nemo, trapped inside your submarine. Was the giant squid is attacking you? Right? I really like that. And also the ending part, because I wanted to I'm thinking of exaggerating it in the actual animation when he says when he's attacking you, and I'm going to really push that pause. Attacking you. Attacking you. So I was just like playing with ideas on how I would do that. Giant squid is attacking you. Giant squid is attacking you. And he settles back, takes a sip of his alcohol, and yeah. So this is what I do in the acting room, guys. Right now I'm just going to edit these videos. I'll take what I like from the different clips, then I'll compile them into one video, and I'll also put the audio and try to match it to the reference video so that everything is in sync, and that would be my final reference video. Okay guys, I'm finally done editing and compiling the videos for our reference. So right now I have our reference video. I ended up rendering two videos, and I'll show you the differences in the references. Of course, we're just going to use one reference video. I just rendered two so that you can see my process of where I came from and how I came about settling on the final reference video. So let's just take a look at this first one.
Have you ever been Captain Nemo, trapped inside your submarine while the giant squid is attacking you?
Okay, this is our first reference video from the videos that we took in our acting room when we were last together. Let me just go through it and I'll be explaining what's happening. So he starts off, just taking, we see him as we enter into the scene, he'll be drinking his alcohol.
Have you ever been?
Okay, then he goes into his life.
Have you ever been?
Let me just unmeta strip this. I want to mute the audio track. So already I have to say that I loved everything, the facial expressions that are happening here, Captain Nemo. But what I did not like about this particular reference, let's just watch the ending. I don't like the ending of
It is attacking you. Squid is attacking you.
So the ending was not really hitting the right spot for me, because as we explained at the beginning, like the nature of the character of our of our guy, he's not actually regretting the way that he died. He's actually not sad, but this ending is really not bringing out that emotion. It's really not showing that he's not regretting the way that he died.
Is attacking you.
Yeah, it's really not coming out correctly. Let's just watch it again. The ending, I was having issues with the ending.
Have you ever been Captain Nemo?
So I like everything.
Trapped inside your submarine.
The beginning.
While the giant squid is attacking you.
But the ending, this part right here, it was just not doing it for me. So I did another take. And also it was too long. I thought it was too long after we have finished our take. The number of frames that we have at the end, I thought it was just too long. It was too long. So I then did another take. Let me show you the other take that I did. Let me unhide this. Attach frame 434. That's our end frame. Right. Let's just watch this. This is what I ended up settling for. So this is the reference that we're going to be using. Let's watch it.
Have you ever been Captain Nemo? Trapped inside your submarine while the giant squid is attacking you.
Okay, this is what I ended up doing. I did another take, a quick take. When he says when the giant squid is attacking you, we're going to like zoom into his face, and we're just going to have an emotional change. When he says attacking you, you'll be serious, trying to scare whoever he's trying to give a jump to whoever he's talking to, who is out of frame. So he'll be pointing to them with his beer bottle, but then he's going to have sort of a change of emotion, as he realizes the ridiculousness of that situation that he found himself into, or the way that he died. So we're going to have an emotional change right here, and he's just going to maybe chuckle. He's going to chuckle, and then he's actually amused by the way that it all happened that particular time. So we're going to end on a lighter note. He's just going to smile, and then we're going to end it as he'll be going back to drinking his alcohol. So I thought this was a better ending than the one that we had. It's shorter. We don't have a lot of frames after the speech, the little speech that
inside your submarine while the giant squid is attacking you.
Yeah, I thought this is way better, and also it also gives an opportunity, like a way to end on a comedic note, because when he says right here, when he says attacking you, because of the speed with which he grabs his beer bottle back into his hands and points at the other guy, you can actually have the beer splashing out of the bottle and onto the face of whoever he's talking to. Yeah, that could be another touch of humor to end on a funny note. Let me just show you some notes. I also put some notes as I'm studying my reference before I even jump into the 3D software. So this is the same video, the reference that we're going to be using. Okay. So let me just do it again.
Have you ever been Captain Nemo?
Let's see. So I also add some notes as ideas will be coming into my head on how I can improve even the animation further. So I'll be writing some notes as I'll be going through the
trapped inside your submarine,
the reference. Then of course here when he says trapped inside of a submarine, I thought is reliving that moment. So when he says trapped inside the submarine, we can have him like sort of look to the right and to the left, sort of like he's looking for a way out, like denoting how he was in that situation. He was like looking for how he could escape. So we can have at that quick glance to the side as he's doing his this part.
Marine, while the giant squid is attacking you.
So as the giant squid is attacking you, I'm also going to push this pause. This will be like our line of action. We're going to really push this. So this is where we have that alcohol that I was talking about spilling out onto attacking you. We have the alcohol spilling out of the beer bottle and splashing onto. Then we also have a little shake. I actually did a little shaking as I was doing the reference, that emotional shake of the hand, but it really, I think I did not exaggerate it enough. It did not read in the reference, so I just put some notes right here to remind me of what I will have to add when I'm actually animating. Alright, so this is our reference, guys. This is how I do things. Also in production, if your director is not too uptight, we can actually use this as your first blocking pass that you can show him, because you have already put everything that you're going to put into the animation in the reference video. So if you're going to get notes again, just like I did, you can get notes like this. You can then give you pointers or changes that you need to do in your animation, or things that you need to add. So this actually makes the whole process much quicker. Next up, let me just show you the structure, my file structure, before we jump into Blender. So this is my structure, guys. We've got the Benjamin shot. The character that we're going to be using is called Benjamin. So we've got a folder called Benjamin shot, and inside the folder we have other subfolders. We've got the anim folder. No, we've got nothing in here, but this is where my blend file for the animation is going to be located. And we've got the assets folder where we have our character, props that we're going to be using, the beer bottles in this particular case, and then we have the set. Then reference, this is where my references are, the two references that I've just shown you, and this was the editing file, the blend file where I was doing the video editing, and finally I have another folder for my renders when I'm finally done with animating. So yeah, it's really important, guys, to structure and organize your folders. It makes you work efficiently. Of course, in a production setup this will be provided for you, but it's also important when you're doing your own animation. This is my file structure. You can have yours, or you can copy mine, whatever suits you. The goal is just to be efficient when you do your work. Okay,